Salute guys. Zibru back with another public service announcement. Yes, and I hope you guys are feeling good this morning. So look, guys, back with another public service announcement. We got the May in the building. We got Yo Fats in the building. How you doing?
Good, thanks, and you? Just hot. Yeah.
It's very hot. Listen, there's 1,000 degrees in the mother city. This is that week. It's blazing out the city. Listen, Fats, I've wanted to have this conversation with him. I wanted to have you here because I know you've been doing some cool things.
Yeah.
I know you from way back also. We come a long way.
We do.
Look, it's been, I think we probably must more than 10, 15 years. I don't know.
I mean, if it's been since uni days, bruh.
Since uni days.
You said you were studying journalism and I was studying graphic design.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time coming.
Listen, and now, I mean, when you were there, like in that time when you were studying that, I mean, did you ever think that this was gonna be like let's say the path that you were gonna take?
Not necessarily, but
Yes.
I've always been ambitious and goal-driven. So I guess there's two sides to the coin, yeah.
And with regards to the graphic design at the time, and I know you guys were studying over there, did you ever incorporate those kind of things in what you're doing today?
Definitely.
Yes.
So I'm not a graphic designer anymore. I work in the tech space. I'm a user experience and user interface designer by trade.
Okay.
So kind of yes and no, and then it carries over into my business.
But do you feel because you studied that it gave you like the opportunity to do what you're doing?
Yes, it did, definitely.
Now I asked that question because I know this. I know some friends of mine that was studying like fucking business or something different,
Yeah.
just something, and then or architecture, and I'm like, but you working at clicks. Nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, there's nothing to do with what you're actually doing today. Or some
Yeah.
people they studied music, but now they're working in film.
Very different.
Very
yes.
different. So I mean, like, yeah. So I mean, if like in retrospect, if you could go back, would that still be your career choice or what you'd have studied? Like, let's say we were back in 2000 and whatever, you know.
Yes, it would have been, because I don't feel like it would have changed anything for me. Because I consider myself a creative and I've always wanted to be in the creative space. And being a creative lets you be in different spheres of life, not
Yeah.
just like one particular thing. People might relate it to like being artsy or whatever,
Yes.
but it's not. So I would have done the same thing.
Look at also, I mean, if you take a step back, you know, there was like, I don't know if you were around for the movement, man, when there was like this division of like people's, like either you're gonna dress like this, no, like either you're gonna wear the tracksuits and the Jordans, no, or you were gonna slut the rolled up white pipes in with a shirt and the fucking 5-panel caps, because there was there was like a movie, you know, in corner store and all that stuff was still
Yeah.
around. It's just like, what is everybody gonna dress like a niece now, or I don't know if you remember what time
No,
we're talking about.
I do.
So now that look became also a very signature look. It was like, nah, this man is like easy.
Yeah.
And then this was like, nah, this is the street man.
Yes.
But I don't know. I feel like you somehow got away to like now to mesh both that styles
Yes.
together, which is fucking dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fashion has always been an extension of my personality, and
Yes.
it's something that you can show visually of like who you are. Some people just don't give a fuck about how they dress.
Yes.
But for me, it's an extension of who I am and how I represent myself. So I've always tried to be experimental, and it's changed over time, whether it's based on trends, finding my own unique style. But it's also, fashion was introduced into my life at a very young age.
Yeah.
My father ran a CMT, and today my parents run an embroidery company, so they're still in.
Oh, so you literally have it in the blood, bro. It's
You
sewn,
know what I
it's
mean?
sewn, you're sewn by the fashion fabric. No, but that's dope. You see, I would have never known that. I mean, and so for you, like styles along the way. I mean, how did you find your own kind of style, or did you mesh it with current trends? Like, I mean, how do you like your idea of fashion today?
So my idea of fashion today is more finding my own style and incorporating my own style in things, because I do feel like trends fade. You can follow a trend, next month the trend is like gone.
Yes.
So you always have to put your unique spin on it, and that's what makes your style unique, and that's kind of like what sets you apart from everybody else. Because I mean, if everybody's dressing what Cotton On has in their display window, we're all going to look the same. So you have to like put your own spin on it. There's a uniqueness to style. I can buy something that's extremely expensive, but if I'm not styling it in a unique sense to like my style, it's not gonna
Yes.
be for me.
Now I was actually watching this video. I don't know. As one of those YouTubers. He basically goes
Yeah.
around New York and he asked him like, "Yeah, what do you got on?" And like, do you feel that concept in our city works? I mean, like, are enough people fashionable that you like? I mean, do we have a big fashion hub? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think we have a lot of people that understand like fashion in the global sense?
Yes, we do,
Yes.
because of the internet and
Yes.
TikTok, and obviously being exposed to fashion in different cities all over the world. We obviously inspired by, I'm gonna say Japanese, is probably one of the spaces where we look towards like trends and stuff, because it's always putting it's very different, and you can see that it's different.
Yes.
So that's kind of like where you get the influence from. But yes, in Cape Town as well, because we also give our own flair to things, and I'm going to bring colored culture in this. If you look
Yes.
at like things that are trending right now, stacking jewelry or wearing Jordans or Nike, previously that was considered being ham, and now it's
Yes.
like you need to have a pair of Jordan, so you need to be rocking the
Yes.
a new pair of Nikes. So definitely Cape Town has its own flair to it, and there's many people that set the trend in our own city.
No, that's what I asked, man. Like how the crossover of that kind of
Yeah.
thing happened. It was like, maybe are we only gonna move the Vans now? Like, because there was a time that was just like,
Like the-
it was the straight pants with the Vans, or the oversized baggy cargos
Yeah.
with the Vans, and maybe the shirt, or the what you call it now, the cardigan kind of vibe. Whatever we're gonna go for. But I mean, now it's like, okay, they're doing that, but yeah, the man got a lot on the footer.
You know what
You
I
know what I
mean.
mean? Because now that became also part of the culture. So now with you, I mean, if you look at the long line of fashion brands that have been, are there any local brands that you are like messing with in the early days?
In the early days, I'm definitely going to say like Tubop and
Yes.
Soul Soul. That's kind of the brands that set the tone in the local space for me. And then currently, right now, definitely socioculture, like doing the shit.
Yes.
Leaf apparel. What else? There's many other local brands, and like today, I'm definitely like rocking
I see the leaf.
locals.
Shout out Salik. What?
You know,
We
leave
out
on the
here.
head, and I am head to toe Kitty in socioculture always.
Yeah.
So also trying to promote like the local side of
Yes.
things, because they're doing really great stuff here, and I think that we need to create awareness for the local brands more
No,
as well.
100%. That is why I'm doing more of this, because I want people to tap into this kind of stuff. I actually sent Salik a picture of me with a jacket he made
Yeah.
for me. He made it for me like 8, 9 years ago.
It's
He's
probably
like,
one of those bombers, eh?
yes,
Yo,
and he was like,
timeless.
bro, I was like, you don't remember this, bro? Because he made something, and then our niece made also this full camo suiting
Yeah.
for me. That was also about 8, 9 years ago. I went to corner store,
Yeah.
and I got Anton and what's her name, and Brad, and they gave me a box of clothes. They were like, listen, bro, no one's gonna wear this stuff. The shop's closing down. You can take all the stuff, bro.
So you sitting with vintage Tubop
I'm
stuff.
sitting with vintage too of stuff. And I was like, so now I get to the point, when you're supposed to give stuff away,
Yeah.
I can't give this. They're like, people are like, no, but you don't wear it. Like,
You
it's
don't
not-
understand. It's like
not
sentimental, like
it's not like I
value.
don't want to give it, but you haven't worn this thing in 2 years. I said, it still fits. And no one has this. At some point, there's going to be a vintage expo where I'm going to have to. I don't know if it's going to be in 2027, but it's not now, but I can't give it away.
Someone gifted me, someone gifted me Tubop caps, and then recently someone also gifted me a Tubop cap, and I was like, this is like fire. No one's ever gonna have this, and you're
Yes.
not gonna get it anyway.
And
This is gold.
And it's never gonna come back again, because I remember those items were one of ones. Like if you had this collection of stuff, it came out at the
You're
time.
never gonna get
you're
it
never gonna get it
again.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, so with you now with fashion, let's say fashion trends and things like that, or let's just say styles. Who do you personally think are some of the dopest people, like dress people for you? Like
For
just-
me,
yes.
in a space, so locally, Yasmin Furman, that's someone that you heard on your show.
Yes.
Love her style.
No, she's dope.
Like
She's
she
dope.
is dope.
Yes.
Like really. And then definitely Naila Jumat.
Yeah.
She owns the brand Socioculture. And then another person that has like mad style is Kezia.
Yes.
She works at Shelf Life. Her tag on Instagram is Bobby. Streisand.
Yes.
Yo, look at her style. It's like insane. She has mad style.
And that's the thing, man. And we always have this conversation with many people. Like, one style that's for you might not particularly be for the next person.
Exactly.
Because I mean, you even see this that even just with the store branded stuff that people go buy, like, because a jumpsuit works for you, like,
Doesn't mean it's gonna work for someone
like
else.
I mean that goes with height, body type. Like, you need to go with
Yes.
like what actually works for you. As like you could be look, I mean this is in no way disrespectful to anyone, but you could be a bigger size person, but there's a style that works class for you.
Yes.
Because you now can't put on. I'm not saying you can't. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly. Because it's your style
You can,
ultimately.
but I mean, if you're not gonna wear a tights and a hoodie, let's just say now, but that's not maybe the style for how you look. Someone can see the difference. Like, okay, I just got this because it's
Look.
dope.
Style is a very subjective thing. What
But you-
I'm gonna like,
Yes.
you might not like.
Yes.
And how I wear something, you might not like it. It also sets down to confidence. But when I'm styling something, I generally look at like my body type and
Yes.
also like proportions. I'm a short person,
Yeah.
so I also don't want to drown in my clothes. So I also wear clothes that like elongates my body and my
Yes.
shape. So it's definitely things to look out for because it also makes your outfits ultimately like stand out. Understanding your body type, what works for you, how color works for you, how pattern and textures like also works for you because that's ultimately like what makes your
No, but now this is
style
the
unique
conversation
also.
that I'm trying to tap into. Is what I'm trying to say is like, yes, you can wear whatever you want,
Want
at the end of
to,
the day.
yeah.
But if from a fashion perspective, if this is the perspective, there's certain stuff that works for you and certain
And
stuff that
stuff that
don't,
don't.
that don't work
Yes.
for you, and you yourself would know that, like what my style is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like also, like I mean, also I see in terms of seasons, which which do you prefer, like summer or winter? Because I know some people love winter for like the stacking of the, doing
Overlaying
layers,
and stuff,
doing
yes.
layers and like. So are you are you a summer girl or you a winter girl?
That's hard because definitely summer because I love summer. I love the beach and
Yes.
whatever. But with winter, there's definitely like more that you can
Clothing
do.
options.
Clothing options
Yes.
because you can layer. In summer, you can't layer that much. It's hot. I mean,
Yes.
it's probably like 30 odd degrees today and we're dying.
Yeah.
But in winter, you can definitely like layer clothes and you always create like interesting things if you can layer stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll definitely like see trending right now. It's like pants with like skirts on different lengths, whether it's like pleats or like a bubble skirt, whatever. It's like it creates this cool element to your outfit. And I mean, like in winter, you can do that because you can layer 110 things on you.
Yeah, look, I mean that what's that skirt, that puff skirt that you were talking about?
It's a bubble skirt,
A
yeah.
bubble skirt. I think that was also in for a while. And also, what did you feel about that? Like, there was one point I was walking around Cape Town. It was during winter. I was like, is everybody slutting the trench coat, the jeans, and the sambas? Nah, I mean that was also like there was
I mean, summers are not my favorite thing, but yeah, it's
But do you
definitely
remember this?
trending.
I mean, do you remember that? I mean, people obviously do it now. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, but like that was like a trend.
It was a trend.
It wasn't like you knew it was gonna be like the jeans. It has the bit of
Yeah.
the flow at the bottom, the pair of sambas.
No, definitely a trend.
Or not even sambas. What is the other Adidas? The other ones that they were wearing as well.
So Eddies that are trending or like Giselles.
Yes, the Giselles as well.
Sambas. There's another pair. I think it's the SL27s that are trending. But it's more of like the narrower silhouettes that are trending right
Yes.
now and not really like the chunkier side of sneakers. But yeah, you just mix things up. Don't follow trends, man.
Yeah. Now listen, for you. I mean, what would be your go-to sneaker? Like, okay, let's say the options are Eddie, New Balance, Nike. What would be
Yo.
your go-to?
That's very odd because
I know it's odd, but I mean, with those three.
I'm gonna explain. So I've always been an Eddie girl because I worked in retail and I worked in Eddie and I loved Eddie.
Yes.
So I would always navigate towards like Adidas,
Yes.
always. And then I'm not gonna say it's of recent because it's been like more than 10 years.
Yeah.
I've like started wearing more like Nike and Jordans,
Yes.
and I can definitely say that I'm gonna navigate to Nike because
Yes.
the pieces are it's just timeless. There's
Astonishing.
a lot of nostalgia linked to the brand Nike and
Yes.
our culture. I mean, like I'm telling you, I've grown up with fashion being all around me all the time. Sneaker culture is a very big thing in our
Yes.
culture. So definitely gonna go with Nike.
Listen, you know, China was not product, bro. Even I Nike it ain't right, bro.
You know
Let's
what I mean?
understand.
Good.
But I mean, I mean, again, we grew up on it. It was a certain symbol. I mean, it was a
Yes.
signature symbol. Just get it up. Like if you're wearing the Nikes, it's like a way. It's a Nike. I mean, that's why today everyone's fucking wearing Nike stuff. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Nike.
There's
Okay.
still a status thing, I feel like, linked to Nike. I feel like maybe there was a time where this whole hype thing kind of like fucked it up. But
Yes.
I feel like it's slowly getting back into the space where we can walk into any shop and just buy the sneakers that we actually want.
Look, but the real ones now also, man. I will also
That's
say
also
that
true.
the real ones now. But now, getting back to you, stacked. I mean, the business, fashion, to jewelry. Tell me what's been up.
So Stacked is my passion project, where I sell accessories, well, the things that I have on ultimately. I've always wanted to start my own brand, but I just felt like there was a lot of clothing brands in the space at the time. And I didn't want to do that. So I looked at something else that's in the fashion space that's going to elevate your look and that you can do a lot more with. I mean, I don't want to limit it to just jewelry. I want to look at other accessories like
Yes.
caps or like scarves or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's been going on for, I'm going to say that this is the 4th year, but it didn't start off as Stacked. It started off as something else, and it
Yeah.
kind of like evolved into what the brand is right now. So shout out to Lemkes for giving me the opportunity and making me see this space that I wanted to play in,
Yeah.
which was really cool. So yeah, that's what I'm currently doing with Stacked selling jewelry. I want to get to a point where I'm making my own stuff with literally custom pieces that if you're going to wear it, you're going to know that it's from
It's from Stacked,
It's
okay.
from Stacked in itself. So that's like ultimately where I want to get the brand to. Yeah, that's what I want to do with it.
No, I got you. Tell me about some of the stuff you got on there right now. So I mean, the people can actually see you. Like you said, you came through Stacked, bro. So tell me just some of the stuff you have on though.
So some of the stuff that I have on, so currently we have stainless steel pieces that are gold plated and are like tarnish proof. So I have on like some cuffs, earrings, my chains that I generally like stacked,
Yes.
and my rings as well.
And I was watching these videos like again of like the US like I said
Yeah.
in New York. I think it was just before Fashion Week, and they were going and everybody like I didn't realize how much accessories play such a like I was sitting
Yes.
with someone and I was like, yo, but this Americans actually wear a lot of accessories. And I think yes, South Africans do it. Yeah, they definitely do. But I mean, you can see the cultures like the yak's just not going without something on without.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it back to our culture.
Yes.
Bro, current culture, people have been wearing or maximizing on jewelry all the time.
Yes.
Whether it's chains, stacking rings, wearing gold in their mouth.
Bro, you know we've been doing this.
You know,
Yes,
wearing
100%.
bangles,
Yeah.
like it's always been a trend in our culture. So
Okay, if you look at it from that point of view, I haven't looked at it from that perspective, bro. I got a couple of aunties with a couple of gold
you
bangles
know what I
running up
mean?
to
My
here, the
mom
rings
is
is here.
literally walking around with like gold bangles, walking
I
around
changed
with.
two different. Yeah, okay, from that point of view, yes. No, 100%.
So it's always been a thing whether you want to do it or not. I feel like accessories always elevate your look.
And it's also, but I mean, now if you look at that one now, sometimes you just see, but I remember years ago when you just see that, you're like, oh, this one's ghetto, young. Kijk eens, there's some moves, a klomp bangles on. Kijk, the bangles is going up until the arm. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, I'm just saying from what the perception was. And now you come back like, no, but that was actually just because now people want to be on that wave. You know what I mean?
I'm always gonna say this. Our people have always set trends. I feel like there's been a stigma attached to the way that they dress or what they do.
Yes.
But you can clearly see it now that it's become part of the way that we wear things and
Yes.
the way that we relate to things and the nostalgia that we have with things, whether it's sneakers, how we wear our jewelry, whether we want to have grills in our mouth.
Yes.
I always link it back to that. And that
Die mense het gehoord aan 'n verjaardag.
exactly.
Yeah.
So our perspective just needed to broaden and changed and not have it labeled in a negative context.
Look at you know what? If there was any negative connotation, that was literally us to us.
That's
You know,
also true.
You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily like other people. I said like, but it's also like Depending on what culture you want to assimilate, because obviously,
Yeah.
I think we're old enough to know there was a different time in South Africa, you know what I mean? So it was
Definitely.
more like, oh, you like that or you like this, like, you know what I mean? And then now if you bring back now all those elements where that used to be like, no, you're not like that, it's like, nah, but this is actually the culture, bro.
This is that,
This is who we actually are.
exactly, and that is where culture ultimately comes from. It comes from the township. It comes from your aunties and uncles looking dressed to kill gejak. It comes from the taxi regulator standing on the corner, like looking fly. Like that's ultimately where it comes from and where you draw inspiration
No,
from.
100% I can agree with that. You know, I think any of my my mom's brothers, all my uncles, you know, and they were obviously they were operating, they were working in so many different fields, but they were in the taxis as well. And I remember being a youngster seeing this man, kyk eens, geslat the Everett's jacket on, kyk eens, the what's the name, the old greyhound.
Yes.
Hats now, or the straight what you call it now, the leather hats
Yes.
with the leather hats, and you know the old Ray-Bans, the what's the name? Not the It's not the Wayfarers.
The aviators.
The aviators. The gold aviators.
With the gold
With the gold
frames. So
aviators.
old
the
school.
two chains stacked in a pair of Nikes in the feet. Now, this was like, bro, I'm talking about like late 80s.
Yeah.
Into early 90s. Today, someone wears that, it was like, oh gosh, man. But this is what that man was wearing then. You know what I mean?
Because I also feel like because of circumstances and where everyone came from, fashion was also a status thing.
Yes.
So also looking dressed to kill meant something and dressing up meant something to somebody. So yeah, that's where the culture comes from.
Yes, 90%. Now, and what do you feel about like I had this conversation with someone about style again.
Yeah.
How does someone who potentially has their own style
Yeah.
differentiate between if someone has style or no style? Like I don't know, like if you've ever had that conversation. Like, do you know what? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I do get what you're trying to say, but like I said, style is subjective.
Yes.
I think how I'll differentiate between it is when somebody kind of like copy and paste someone else's style.
Okay.
And like they don't put their own spin on it. So I'll make the example of if I'm walking to a shop and I'm seeing how the mannequin is dressed and I'm going to buy everything that the mannequin wears.
Yes.
And I'm just going to wear it like that. And like not put my own spin on things. You're not giving it your own flavor.
Yes, like whether you can add a fucking ribbon on here, another jacket
know what I
over
mean?
that, or add this. Yeah, no, I got that.
So I feel like that's when I'm going to say somebody has their own style, but you can't also say that because
Yes.
it's subjective.
It's
That is
subjective,
just
yeah.
my opinion on somebody else's style. Someone can also say, yeah, but you don't dress quite.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's their opinion.
Yes.
But it's also, why should it matter? Because it's how it makes you feel. Like the way I
Yes.
get dressed gives me confidence. So it makes me feel some type of way if I'm going to see the way I'm dressed and I'm carrying myself in that outfit.
Yeah.
So
Are you the type of person to use every day as a day to dress good because that's what you actually like? Because some people don't dress for people or for occasions,
Yeah.
they dress for themselves because
Yes.
because it genuinely makes them feel like are you the type of person that every time you go out, like you're gonna put the outfit together?
yes, definitely.
Are are you the type of person that repeats outfits?
Yes, because I'm trying to become more conscious of not like buying too many things and like
Yeah.
over consuming. So I'm also trying to look at reinventing what I'm wearing. So people's obviously not going to tell me, I've seen you 100 times in this top or I've seen you 100 times in this
Yes.
skirt. But like, it's also unrealistic to wear something unique every single day. And you also
Look,
not
some people force for it. I'm telling you, it's not like I ever seen. I know many people that were like, no, just I had the thing on last week. I'm not wearing it again.
I mean, like, you know, I'm not going to
Yes.
wear maybe the same outfit last week, but you're sometimes are wearing the same thing, like maybe
Yes.
every second or third day. I'm like, I'm going to repeat the outfit or I'm going to wear the same pants or
Yes.
whatever I can repeat
you
or the
can-
look I'm going to use again.
The conversation we had was like, it's not. This is all subjective also.
Yeah.
No, it's like you can't wear a statement piece twice to an event. So when I say statement piece, let's just
I know
say.
what you mean.
So if you have this just jacket now, no, And now we know you were by this, and you posted that you were at this event, and you got maybe this can't get old school fucking leather lot. Maybe whether you found it at the fucking thrift store, or your pa gave it to
Yeah.
you. You have this jacket on, and it was like, that's the fucking jacket. Now, next week, there's another event, and you slam that same jacket, and they be like, no, but this is fashion snobs now. We saw that jacket last week, why I have it on again?
I know you do get people that
Yes.
like that, but I also feel like,
Yeah.
not really.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, these are conversations.
These
that
are
always happen.
conversations people do
Yeah.
have because they're going to tell you, like, your outfit repeater, wearing the same thing over and over again. Don't you have other clothes?
Listen, but this stops in every single
definitely.
thing. It doesn't matter what you do. It's like, oh, again with us. I'm like, okay, well, relax. But now, nonetheless, on the other note, I know lots of people, when I mentioned to people he's going to be on the podcast, and everyone's like, hey, fashion can most man. Yes, I know she started the photos in the elevator. So tell me where this started, because I know it's ongoing. There's still this is like where the people go. You see you're ooted. So tell me about that.
I guess it started when we started working in that building, and there was a mirror in the lift, and I started taking pictures in the lift. I actually went back to like old photos, and it started in like 2020.
So you've been
I've been taking
Yeah.
pictures in that elevator. I think it's obviously changed now. Everybody identifies with the fact that I put my foot on the railing so that you can actually see
Yes,
the sneaker
the
that
sneakers
I'm
as well, yeah.
wearing. So yeah, that's kind of like where it started. And like I'm telling you, fashion is a part of the person that I am. So when I'm going to go out, I'm going to put on an outfit that's going to make me feel good. And the mirror just happened to be there, and I happened to
Nah.
take the pictures in the mirror.
I got you, dope. Listen, now we're gonna jump into a few would you rathers here. No?
Okay.
So just we're not gonna be too long. If you had to choose, right, would you rather be 3 feet tall? No? Like, okay, let's use it in meters, no? Let's say, would you rather stay your current height, no?
Okay.
Or be 3 times your size, like in height?
I'm gonna choose to stay my height.
You're gonna stay your height?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, why that one instead of being like super tall?
I guess my friends are gonna say that I'm lying because sometimes I hate the fact that I'm short. Most
Yeah.
people generally don't know that I'm short, and when they meet me, the first thing they tell me is that, oh my god, I didn't know that you were so short. But
Yes.
I've become not used to. This is what I know about myself, and I don't think it's something that I'd want to change.
But I mean, what's the buzz even? I think people just say stuff to say stuff, man. I
Also
don't know.
true.
It's like I think you on the other side, like, you know, you listen, like you are like I heard some different stuff. Like, yo, I thought your butt was big. some cuck or some random cuck, and I'm just like, what? Do you know what I mean? I've had people like, people does look just like Mr. Meyer, man, but he can't be Mr. Meyer because he's a bit taller than Mr. I'm like, what? Because
So they're just saying things to say
yes,
things.
I'm like, yo, it's so short, but it's almost like you're gonna see the gas, be like, yo, it looks lekker, but it doesn't actually change the fact, like, you
but
just,
lekker or not,
you
you're
just
gonna
basically
decide.
you want to say something. So I think I wouldn't pay mind to that, although I do know a lot of people that are very short, that are upset about it. Also, there are people that are very happy about it and they've embraced it.
I've embraced it
You've
over
embraced it,
time,
okay.
yeah.
Next one. Would you rather? Nice, skip. Would you rather have a nose that never stops growing or ears that never stop growing? So a pussy nose or pussy ears.
Yo, I'm gonna rather choose ears.
Ears.
I'm rather gonna choose
more
ears.
accessories. that you
More
can put on.
accessories, more
Couple of
stacking of
stacked
it,
up.
you know what I
Okay.
mean.
Listen, are you ready to go by dirty? Or are you trying to be clean?
Do what you need to do.
You need to clean. Okay. This is actually a very valid question. This question actually goes just for just a moral check, I
Yeah.
suppose. Would you rather sleep with someone on the first date or wait 9 months?
Wait 9 months.
Wait 9 months. Is this something that some women do?
Yes.
What's the waiting period for? Just I do know. I know the answer to it. I just want you to say it.
This is also subjective.
So
Like,
okay, yeah.
to each their own. But to me, that is something that is meaningful. And I would rather prefer having to get to know somebody on a personal level, on a friendship level,
Yes.
before that intimacy even
Happens,
needs to
yes.
happen. I mean, it's different for everybody, but that's just what I prefer.
No, 100%. What I thought what is their movie? What is it? The 30-day rule, or not 30 days or 60 day? I don't know.
There's some sort of like
There's
rule, yeah.
yes, like it's like you go like first like check like this is yeah. I'm not sleep the mountain now. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, it's
There's
also,
different stuff. I mean, you're
yes.
not. I mean, obviously, like, that's something sacred. I mean,
Yes.
if we're gonna add the fact of being married and all that kind of stuff, yes, we understand that. But just
Like,
on a,
religion also plays a part into like
but
that
just on a
as well.
society, just on a societal level, it's like, am I willing to give something that I consider sacred to me so easily? Probably not.
You know
You know
what
what
I
I mean?
mean?
If I have a diamond in my hand, I'm gonna be like, yeah,
Yeah, you can just
you
have
can
it.
all play with
Exactly.
it. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather have your partner be super kinky or super romantic?
That's tricky. There needs to be a balance between both.
But okay, now you must only choose one.
Yo, that is tough.
Either he's kak romantic or he's poesjas.
Yo. I'm gonna choose the romantic side.
Romantic side. Okay. This is the one I actually kept for days, but days, I'm gonna do this, bro. This is a sick one, actually, no? So brace
Let's
yourself.
hear.
Disclaimer, it's a sick one. Would you rather walk in on your parents having sex, no?
Okay.
Or have them, wait, no? Or have to and have to join them to make it stop?
Okay.
Or them walking in on you having sex?
So, what do you mean when you say join to make it stop?
I told you it's sick.
That is toxic. Yo, that is bizarre. That is not things that you fucking think about, bruh.
Don't ever think about this, but
Yo,
this is,
that's just nasty on another level.
yes, but I mean we needed just a little sprinkle, just a soft.
I would rather have my parents than walk in on me because why would you want to join your parents for that? That's nuts.
Mommy, tell you now.
Would you rather than join your parents?
Me, never, not a fucking damn.
Exactly.
I'm not going to just. He's a sick.
That is sick, bruh.
Okay. Would you rather find the love of your life now or 5 million rand right now? Love of your life, 5 million rand right now. What's your fat stake in? The best love ever is gonna love you like ever, whatever you want. The type of whatever you envision of a dream, man. Whatever you
The love
want.
of my life.
Love of the life over that.
Yeah?
Why? So give me the reason.
Because I've built a very comfortable life for myself.
Beautiful.
Not meaning that I am comfortable.
We
to
can
be
always do better. Yeah.
to be stagnant in my life.
Yeah.
I'm always reaching for things that are out of my comfort zone. I think the thing that I want is for someone to love me and be in love with me. So I'm definitely going to choose love.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Currently, are you seeing anybody right now?
No.
And look, lots of the people have been requesting that I do like CVs for people. It was like, bro, my idea like, on your podcast. Are there any options for CVs to be sent for review?
I guess they can send the CVs, but I'm going to tell you that the requirements list is long because I'm full of cack.
Just give us two things. Just give us two things on the requirements. Just two things.
There needs to be a sense of attraction between the two of us.
Oh yeah, that was not natural.
Because it's
yes.
a natural thing.
Yeah.
And then I definitely would want the person to be ambitious and goal-driven.
Ambitious and goal-driven.
Yeah.
Guys, you heard it here first. Ambitious, goal-driven, and look duidelijk. Basically, there needs to be a natural attraction.
Please, I make shoe contact before I make eye contact.
Okay. So now, what shoes don't you want to see on the feet? I'm not setting you.
I'm not I'm not gonna
I'm
answer
not
that.
setting you up here. I'm not sitting there like, what's wrong? Someone's gonna do now. What's wrong with
You know
that?
what I
thing?
mean?
Yes.
Let's
No, I get it.
not
I
do
get
that.
it. Okay. So with that being said, I mean, is there any message that you wanna just send out? Like, that's your camera right there. That's who you talking to everyone. I mean, if it's something I may have not asked you again, also I just want you to share anything that's on your heart and your mind, and still with regards to the business, to the brand, to you, anything that you want to share that you came here this morning thinking, yeah, maybe I want to actually say this. Go for it.
So firstly, I just want to thank everybody that's joined me alongside the journey of Stacked and growing Stacked with me because they've been with me from the start. So I definitely want to say thank you for that. If you haven't, you can follow me on my Instagram, which is YoFats, or on Stack's Instagram, which is @Stacked, and the same on TikTok, because I post a lot about the journey and what I'm experiencing as an entrepreneur, and then obviously like this fashion and content creation thing. The other thing that I want to make mention of is that the world is your oyster. Never limit yourself. And growth always comes out of your comfort zone.
Beautiful stuff. Listen, quick final. Would you rather question now? Would you rather burn every single clothing item and accessory as well as your shoes that you ever own now, or never be able to come outside and see people ever again? So you can stay inside and have all the stuff, or you are able to come outside, but everything that you currently have right now is completely gone, burned to ashes.
I'm going to choose the burn to ashes thing.
You
You
come
can't go without human interaction, and COVID's proven that multiple times. So definitely I will burn all the material things.
Laat die dunia goed gaan.
You know what I mean?
Ons sal aankom. Guys, from my side, the mayor, man, that it is, man. Yo, Fudge, thank you so much for hanging out with us. The
Thank
Peace
you
and
for
Podcast.
having me here.
You guys check it out. Safe.
I just don't know if you guys are feeling good this morning.